White flag is raised. And that off in the Tote Bobbyjo Chase, grade 3 over 3 miles, 1.5 furlongs, and they have 18 fences to jump. The grey Cocoa Beach disputes the early running with Burrow Saint, followed by Escaria Ten, and any second now, reaching their first fence. Heading on to the second, one of 3 ditches. Burrow Saint on the inside of Cocoa Beach, 2.5 in front of Escaria Ten, and any second now, as they make the turn towards fence number 3. Very little between Burrow Saint and Cocoa Beach, followed after a break of 3 lengths. Escaria 10 and any second now. The 4 racing 2 by 2, heading for the 3rd fence. Cocoa Beach on the outside of Burrow Saint, 3.5 lengths in front of Escaria 10 and any second now. Reaching the 3rd, and on landing, pressures little between Burrow Saint and Cocoa Beach. Now a good 4 lengths in front of Escaria 10, fitted with blinkers for the first time today. Escaria 10 last but 1, and bringing up the rear is any second now. At the 4th, 2 more to take them back into the straight the first time. Cocoa Beach, Jack Kennedy, Burrow Saint, Paul Townend, followed by Escaria 10, Jordan Gainford. Any second now, and Mark Walsh. The fence on the approach to the straight. Number 5 this time. Cocoa Beach up and over, and is pressed ahead of Burrow Saint, who was a tad sticky at that 5th fence. Escaria 10 has closed upon Burrow Saint, and any second now, just the back marker. Turning into the straight to the first of 2. Their next fence is number 6. In the Tote Bobbyjo Chase, traditionally one of the most popular Grand National trials. All 4 holding national entries over the 6th, and onto the fence nearest the stands, the last one next time. Still little changes in the order of running. Cocoa Beach, Burrow Saint, Escaria 10 and any second now, as they come to fence number 7 and the final fence next time. Cocoa Beach bowling along, more than 2 lengths in front of Escaria 10, who's moved alongside Burrow Saint for the 2nd spot, and at the back of the field, looking on, is any second now. Circuit of race, 11 fences left to jump. The leader is Cocoa Beach from Escaria 10. On the rail is Burrow Saint, who's back at the scene of his greatest ever triumph, the 2019 national winner here, and runner-up in this corresponding race 12 months ago. Any second now. There's a no hurry at the back of the 4, going uphill to fences 8, 9 and 10. Cocoa Beach reeled in by both Burrow Saint and Escaria 10. Any second now, just lost a bit of ground in the jumping stakes there, but on the level moves back onto the heels of the leading 3. At their 2nd ditch, Cocoa Beach almost rejoined by Burrow Saint, Escaria 10 on the outside. Any second now, the back marker. Heading inside the halfway stage, going to the last in this row. It's fence number 10. And it's Cocoa Beach, Burrow Saint, Escaria 10, followed by any second now. Heading up to Ballyhack. They've another 8 fences left to jump. And it's Cocoa Beach leading Burrow Saint, Escaria 10, and any second now, as they complete their first circuit. The fence right up at the top of the hill. Cocoa Beach by under a length to Burrow Saint, Escaria 10. 4 lengths to any second now. Making the descent to the 9 furlong point. 7 fences left to jump. And still little or no changes in the pattern. Cocoa Beach leads Burrow Saint, Escaria 10. And closing back up once more on the level is any second now. Heading to the final ditch, 6 fences from the finish. Cocoa Beach holding on to a very slim advantage over Burrow Saint and Escaria 10. And 3 lengths away in 4th place, any second now, the Aintree National 3rd. 7 furlongs to go, 5 fences left to jump. Cocoa Beach, Burrow Saint and Escaria 10, the 3 abreast, 2 lengths in front of any second now. 5 fences left to go. Cocoa Beach leads Burrow Saint and Escaria 10. 3 lengths to any second now, last of the 4. Cocoa Beach put down there, but lost little momentum. Escaria 10 on the outside of Burrow Saint, the 3 covered by a length and a half, closely followed by any second now. 4 fences left to jump, and the Tote Bobbyjo Grade 3 Chase, and it is Burrow Saint in between Cocoa Beach and Escaria 10. Any second now, right in behind them in 4th. 3 fences left to jump. Cocoa Beach from the inside out. Burrow Saint in the center. On the right is Escaria 10, jumping 3 fences from the finish. And they're stride for stride, followed by any second now. 2 more fences left to jump. Change of leader. Escaria 10 moves on from Cocoa Beach. The stable companions followed by Burrow Saint, who's passed for 3rd by any second now. But it's Escaria 10 opening up, coming down to the second last from any second now, trying to bridge the gap. Cocoa Beach the inside and relegated to be last of 4. Burrow Saint over the second last. And it's Escaria 10 out in front of any second now, and Cocoa Beach and Burrow Saint. 1 fence left to jump on the Tote Bobbyjo Chase. And it's Escaria 10 out in front of any second now towards the near side, who isn't out of it as they come to the final fence and is closing any second now on Escaria 10 the last. Escaria 10 from any second now on the near side. Inside the final 100 yards, Escaria 10 responds any second now on the near side. It's going right to the judge. That's very close. That's very close. Escaria 10 any second now, any second now. And Escaria 10, a rousing finish to the Tote Bobbyjo Chase. Burrow Saint a long way behind them, 3rd and 4th. The final finisher, Cocoa Beach.
Just had a brilliant finish to the Bobbyjo Chase. Any second now, getting up on the line to win it for Ted Walsh is with us now. Ted, what a horse he is. I know the Grand National is his big goal once again, but how much of a kick did you get out of that?
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice. Won it a good few years ago with a good horse, Frank Moriarty's Rinkery. Paul Carby won on him here, must be nearly 20 years ago. But he's a great horse. I mean, he's a winner of a Kim Muir at Cheltenham. A little bit unlucky last year in the National. Things went his way. He could have been a good bit closer. I'm not saying he'd beat the winner. And he's going back there now in good nick. You know, a few pounds heavier, but sure, what can you do?
What was the thinking this time, Ted? Because the last couple of years he's warmed up in those 2-mile races. I know the race didn't happen a couple of years ago, but why did you go for the longer trip today?
Well, Frank and myself just thought he didn't have a competitive race yet this year. He ran in 2 hurdle races and ran well, but never got involved. And it's 6 weeks to entry. And he could have gone to Naas tomorrow. It's a hotter race. Got a good horse of Henry's in it, and Black Bow, and another horse of Willie's as well. And what's his name?
Hashback.
Hashback. You know, they're smart 2-milers, and we just thought that he might be on top of his head a little bit there. Last year it was probably a lesser race at Navan, and the year before, so we decided we come here, get a nice run into him. If it came our way, great, and that's the way it worked out.
And what were you thinking on the way round? He was a little bit sticky at 1 or 2, I thought, earlier on, but he kind of warmed into it.
Warmed into it is right. You know, he doesn't wear blinkers for nothing. He's careful a bit at times. Listen, when he wanted him, he jumped well. He let him potter away. He got him behind. I'd say he's been easy enough for a horse to drop out now. That'll guarantee you one thing. Do you know what I mean? Like all you have to say, whoa, and he'll slow down for you.
Mark knows him really well at this stage, Ted. Did he see everything he wanted from him today?
He did, yeah. He was driving him. He said he was surprised how much he picked up the second horse from the back of the second last. He said he's stolen a good 3 or 4 lengths on him, jumping the second last. He said, but he rallied well. And both of us, both myself and Frank, liked the way he galloped by the line. You know, it's 3 miles and 1 there. He galloped it around the corner. He's in good order. If I can keep him well now for the next 6 weeks and have him in good old shape, I'll be happy going there that he's in with a good chance.
And what sort of routine does he have between now and the big day, Ted? I guess it'll be similar to the last couple of years.
Similar last couple of years, similar levels. The tracks are good. I mean, Naas always let me in to do a bit of work if I want after racing, and Navan were very good to me as well too last year. So there's a couple of places there. He'd probably go after racing somewhere for a bit of work closer to the day. But he's in good nick. He's just keeping healthy and well now. That's the main thing. And you have him. He's in a good order. If he ran disappointing, you'd be saying to yourself what I have to do to get him back to himself. But like last year when he won at Navan or won at Naas, he's in a good frame of mind and he's in good nick. And sure, quicker. Any more than that, you can't do.
And as you say, around about 6 weeks to go to the big day.
Yeah.
I'm sure plenty of them will
6 weeks, exactly.
fall by the wayside in the meantime. But
Yeah, and I hope to God he's not one of them.
hopefully not.
Yeah.
How do you see the picture this year, Ted? Do you think it'll be every bit as good a race as last year?
I'd say it'll be every bit as good a race. It'll be a hard race to win. A few horses caught my eye there today. Even Tony Martin's horse ran a good race there today.
Annabelle Fly, he did run well, didn't he?
And he's well in. He was third in the Gold Cup. A lot of good horses in the race. JP has 5 or 6 other horses there with a chance in it as well too. That's a wide open race. That good old Chestnut mare that belonged to. You know, the nice mare with the grey mare, not Chestnut mare, the grey
Charlie
mare.
Longsdon,
Yeah,
Snowy
Charlie
Leopard,
Longsdon, Snowy
yeah.
Leopard. She's a tough mare, stays going too. There's loads of horses in it. Like, it'll be, they're given 12 or 14 or 16 to them on the field, and that's the kind of race it'll be. You know, it's the national. It takes, I think anyway, from the time even when Papillon won it, it takes a real stamina test now, because they jump out and go. The fences are not as demanding, therefore everybody goes a bit quicker. Years ago they used to sort of, we'll get around the first circuit and then ride a race from there, but now they jump out and go. So you want to stay and you want a bit of luck. We didn't have bad luck last year, but we didn't have good luck either, you know?
Sure, and as you said there, Ted, JP probably will have other runners. Would you be pretty optimistic Mark will stick with your fella? You'd be keen to have him on board, I'd say, wouldn't you?
I'd be keen to have him on board. I'd say he will. I'd say he will now, unless something unforeseen happens in the meantime. I know if he abandons him anyway, you can have a few quid, whatever that is. That's a good going for the punters. If Mark gets off of him to ride something else. Do you know what I
Fair
mean?
play. It's
Yeah.
great. It's going to be great to be going back there with a chance. Though,
It's
isn't
great
it?
to be going back there a chance. Very fortunate now with a small number of horses that have a horse as good as him. We had Papillon there 20 years ago. Seabass ran well in it. Papillon was placed in it. This horse was third in it last year. A couple of others ran well. It's a great race. It's part of the tradition that you, as a young fella, and all of us have grown up like the English Grand National. Great to have one good enough to run it.
There you said it. Well, hopefully those next 6 weeks will go nice and smoothly, and we'll see you there in the big day. Well
Thanks,
done,
Gary.
Ted.
Thanks, Gary.
Thanks a million.